so much hype around microchip implants. There's a fear that they'll be implanted in people to be able to trace them and their whereabouts. Sooner or later, this will happen. For example, there are 1 million street cameras all over the world tracing everything one does in China, and practically all over the world. People are afraid of these microchip implants. What are they afraid of? Firstly, this is certainly an infringement on one's liberties. There is no liberty when you're completely monitored. Secondly, whose hands will this information fall into? Tell me, please, what are your thoughts on it?
Let's think of it this way, friends. What do we have to hide?
What do you mean? We have things to hide.
Which are?
My life, for one, my own private life.
How so?
But it's mine. It's my private life.
How is it private? What do you have that is private in your life? That you went on a mission? A mission could be anything, really. What else?
You're not going to deny that one is entitled to his private life, his family. Certain things are private.
What could be private about such a family? The fact that I care about my wife and children or grandchildren? What's unnatural about that?
It's natural for us to say something that we don't want others to know about, that is intended for a particular person.
If I have good intentions, then of course there are times when you need to conceal something from others or from the kids to allow for their proper gradual development. But generally speaking, what is there to be afraid of? Unless I steal, kill, cheat, or plan something bad against others. If I am a regular person, let them know everything about me. I'm standing naked before you.
Yes, exactly.
But as for my relationship with the Creator, then yes, nobody can invade it except the upper force.
So it's impervious to microchip implants, right?
Absolutely. While whatever pertains to my animal, be my guest.
Okay, but aren't there state secrets or other...
Let the government worry about it. It's their business. I have nothing to worry about. I feel free. I'm sitting here because of this virus and not stepping outside, but I feel totally free.
Okay, this is an unusual point of view for many people. Keep that in mind.
You can get used to it quickly and easily. There is nothing to it.
So I couldn't care less.
No, it is not that I don't care, but that I don't understand that a person is a small animal that needs to try to behave himself. And in this regard, there's nothing to be ashamed of. And for those times when we can't behave well, then too there's nothing to be ashamed of, because this is human nature.
This second point of view is very important.
Indeed.
So I try to hide all my...
weakness.
Yes, something I'm not proud of. I steal a bit here or there, figuratively speaking. I could have lied to somebody, told the truth to others. This is my life. This is who I am. While you're saying this is all you.
There's nothing you should be hiding. If everyone will have a calm attitude about being transparent with others,
that it's his nature,
the world will become more transparent. Yes, more transparent. Perhaps I have lied at some point, but it is my nature. Maybe I didn't keep my promise. I'm not proud of it. I am embarrassed, but I hope you will forgive me.
Can you imagine what a trap you're setting up for those who say, I never lie, I always tell the truth?
Oh my, he doesn't even know who he really is. While in this context, it's just the opposite. He will know.
I always lived honestly.
How honestly? Who did? Using what criteria? Do you realize? If you take history textbooks of any country, you'll find that everything needs to be rewritten. But how? There will be lies again. Everyone has his worldview of how it really is, meaning until we rise above egoism, we have nothing to worry about.
So on the egoistic level, everything is selfish. Everything is a lie, essentially.
Yes, indeed.
We can say this with confidence, right?
Of course.
That everything is a lie and we have nothing to be ashamed of. Is it our nature?
I don't understand. What is there to be ashamed of? It says very clearly in Kabbalah, go complain to my Maker. Do you have a problem with me? Turn to him. He's made me this way, thus I'm behaving this way. And here comes the second question. He's made you this way and told you to stay this way or change yourself. If you can change yourself, then you should be ashamed. Because you had opportunities to become a human being, be responsible for yourself, but you failed to do so. But even in this case, there are still some concessions, some leeway. What could I do? I'm part of my environment, meaning the most important thing is for us to avoid dishonesty, not to lie to ourselves.
Is it possible?
It is gradually becoming possible. A person becomes more honest, more straightforward. This is called the truth, verity. It is the only way to make it work. Otherwise, let them stick the microchips into anything. But this is not a correction. The fact is, whether we like it or not, nature, the creator, will keep applying pressure on us in this regard. And we'll suddenly find ourselves with all sorts of chips, not knowing when we swallowed them, and having them in our innards. As they say, for those who need to know everything about us, the big brother who knows everything, don't worry.
So we'll come to this state, and we'll need to understand that this is how the state will manifest?
I think that we're already there.
So your advice is to change our attitude towards it, that's all?
No, not just to change our attitude, but to change ourselves.
Change ourselves?
Yes, then I wouldn't care what they think about me. Let them dig.
Then what do I care about?
I care to change myself in such a way that I have no chips with the Creator, so that I can be naked before Him.
I'm naked before Him anyway.
To feel it, so that I would behave accordingly.
But I'm yet to understand that there is a Creator.
Creator is a general force of nature that compels us to be human.
To be human.
Meaning to act not for self-benefit, but for the sake of everyone.
The virus that's here, it serves as an accelerator, right? Which leads to this realization?
Yes, it's a wonderful thing indeed. It is conducting the first chip implanting.
The second question, who's in charge of chip implants? Who's in control of me? If it's the Creator, then okay, although we still need to discern this, but someone who's not a good person, who has bad intentions, who wants to control me and the whole world. This is what people are afraid of.
But it's the Creator standing above him.
Above him, for sure.
So why should I concern myself with any supervising, defensive, or dictating authority? Why should I even care about them? I have a direct connection with the Creator.
You're suggesting for a person to bypass the reality of this world, appealing directly to the one who is in charge of it.
Of course. Why wade through the matters of this level? It's a swamp.
That would be amazing if we could enter into communication with them.
Stop paying attention to them. You have free will in this regard.
Am I free not to pay attention to the people around me?
Well, not necessarily your surroundings, but the seemingly governing authorities.
The governing body?
Yes, and I don't feel them repressing me. Freedom is an internal state. Thus, I don't feel oppressed.
So you're telling us to go through the chip implanting with the Creator, roughly speaking? He's the one who has embedded a chip in me?
Sure, I'm already connected to Him. He is inside me, in my every cell, in my nerve endings, in my feelings, in my mind and thoughts, in everything. He determines everything I feel. He determines everything I think, all of my actions and decisions. Therefore, this is the only thing that I have to reveal. How do I respond to the way He's acting through me?
If possible, could you give some advice to a regular person on this issue of chip implants, concerning the loss of freedom, of who's controlling him, please?
Live normally and search for the Creator within. Find Him inside you, acting, working, controlling you, and the attitude you should have toward Him.
What if we replace the word Creator with nature?
Nature, of course, the general upper force of nature.
So what does it require of me?
It requires you to understand that you are a small part of it, which cares about the whole of nature, meaning that you have a conscientious attitude towards everything and anything.
And what should my attitude be towards my surroundings, towards my loved ones?
You should treat them as parts of the general integral mechanism that works in unison, all in the same direction, benevolent to all of its parts.
According to what design?
It works according to the principle of love towards each other.
And then I should have no fear of chip implants, right?
Right. You should already have no fear, for sure.
Don't forget to subscribe and like the video. Thank you guys.